as we notice, this is going to be the 5th charter meeting of TALA Toastmasters International. Okay. Our theme for tonight is feast. Okay. But for that, we're gonna introduce first what is TALA Toastmasters International. TALA Toastmasters is a non-profit educational organization that builds confidence and teaches public speaking skills, which is established by Dr. Ralph Smedley in Santa Ana, California, dated August 22, 1924. Counting from today, which is October 18, by next year, they'll be celebrating our centennial
100 years.
foundation. Correct? Yeah. Centennial. So, we're hoping that, but that year, we are going to be the 16,801 club established by Toastmasters Internationals. Currently, they are present in 145 countries. Sorry for that. It's already 145 countries. With over 358,000 members as of today.
Say hi.
Okay. TALA Toastmasters Club is a pre-chartered organization which is composed mostly of dynamic residents of SMTC Light Residences. Our goal is to provide a safe space for members to learn and grow in leadership through public speaking. Just for the information of everyone, we have our virtual guest currently present. Hello everyone. Toastmasters is not only about public speaking. They have other subjects that you can learn from, like leadership, persuasion, that you can use in your professional and business endeavor. Okay. Our theme for tonight is feast. Why feast? Today, it is October 18, 2023. Also, I remember the Beer Fest conducted by
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest. So
So
that's why I selected the meal.
There should be a fest after.
Okay. So start tonight. Let's start with a virtual toast
Yes.
for the sumptuous gathering for our in-person guests and our virtual guests.
Yes.
To start with, bon appetit.
Bon
Bon
appetit.
appetit. Okay. Our meeting agenda for tonight. First, we're going to introduce our table topic master. None other than Dear Mark. Yes. Please give a round of applause for Dear Mark. Please take the applause.
On the way. Yeah! Nagulat siya eh. It's on my phone. Good evening, good morning to everyone here in person and on the Zoom meeting. My name is Mark and it's my second time to attend the Toastmasters session and I can see familiar faces and I'm very confident because I did what I was supposed to do because I came at the right time.
The right place.
See, I'm not late. Well, buzzer beater. So I made it on time. So thank you, sir, for letting us know that Toastmasters is not here just for public speaking. It's the community that we share with each other. And so, as your table topics master, okay, I must exhibit the mastery of of discussing to you or engaging you on making this more fun, right? Memorable, especially to my guest, to our guest here, who is on her first Toastmasters meeting. So, I was tasked to ask some questions. Okay. What is table topics? Okay, an opportunity to learn to speak off the cuff under very limited time. So you have a minute or two.
To win it.
2 minutes. You're given 2 minutes to be respectful of the time of others. Okay, to answer a question that I'll be giving to you, and I already have the 5 questions here. So, if you feel it in your heart. Alright, I was just corrected. I stand corrected. 3 minutes. Again.
Two.
Oh, sorry. 3 questions, 2 minutes each. Alright? The mechanics is clear. 3 questions. Okay? We will give you this notification, right? That you have reached 1 minute. Okay? With the green card. Right? And yellow for reaching 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now, red if you have already touched the 2 minutes mark. Now, who among you is the very most confident person to answer the first question? Okay, raise your hands if, okay, now if you have a name, just kindly shout your name, okay?
Julian.
Julian! Okay, now, Julian. Okay, I thought Julian is something. Okay, Julian. How are you, Julian?
I'm tired because I'm from school from morning and I'm working in the afternoon. So I'm here. I'm grateful to be here.
But that's not it, the first question, okay? but with call center experience, I was able to demonstrate empathy because I know you are tired. I'm also tired, but I love to join this kind of session because this is an opportunity for me, for you, to meet new people and sharing the same, interest in public speaking and community gathering. Okay. Now, with regards to this question, I'll be taking a random question. Okay. So please take note of the time. Okay. Are we going to stop her if she reached 2 minutes?
Who's the timer?
You're going to, so you have to stop when it's already red. Sorry. Okay. You have all the time in the world. Okay. So you're ready for your question?
Yes.
Okay. Any message? Okay.
To your followers before you enter the Big Brother house.
But I want to, make sure bluffing. We have to observe bluffing so we can be. Okay. Okay. Your question would be related to our theme for today. Okay. But before that, if I may ask, do we have a word of the day? After. Okay. So you don't need to use that. Okay. So first, this is your one and only question. Ready? Okay. If you could attend a fiesta or a festival in full costume or in another character, what costume would you be in and what character would you portray and why?
As a tourism student, I already mastered this kind of field. If I were to be as a costume, I would pick Mariana's festival, where Mariana's festival signifies the sacrifices of our Lord Jesus if we have here a Roman Catholic, where it depicts the sacrifices of how he sacrificed for our sins. And I could really relate to it because as a middle child, I'm forced to be financially independent out of desperation. And because I want to sacrifice in return, to be grateful to my mother who is there for me because she is a single mother. So that is all. I would like to say that it is, I want to return, what I've learned in this sacrifice is I could complete or fulfill myself without other people. So that would be all.
Much, Miss Julian, and that deserves a round of applause. Thank you very much. Okay, let's give it up now. Okay, on to our next one. Okay,
Yes.
next victim. Next participant. Okay? Alright, if you're ready for your question, this is your moment. What's your name, sir?
Yes, my name is Amon Ray Cavano Locare from Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. And how do you want us to call you?
Just call me Ray.
Ray. Okay. Easier. Okay, call him Ray easier.
I don't know your last name.
No, sorry.
My last name is.
Call him, well, thank you. Nice to meet you, sir Ray. And how are you?
I'm feeling good.
Okay. It's Fiesta. Okay?
Yes, of
Fiesta
course.
feeling. And, alright, you ready for your question?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, this is gonna. Do you want the difficult one or the? Okay. Ice on her chest.
Galing.
Okay? Second
Galing,
show.
galing.
Alright. Alright.
Sir,
Question. You have 2 minutes.
Next.
Which foreign festival and which country would you love to attend or take part in, and with whom?
If there's ever a foreign festival that I want to take part, I'm not sure if it is a foreign festival, but I want to take part with the U.S. Super Bowl. Because my grandfather is a war veteran, that's why he got a ticket to go to the US. And then he died in 1995 when I was still in elementary. And nobody ever in the family was able to visit my grandfather. That's why I made it one of my lifetime goals to be able to go to the US. Probably with my family, especially my mother, because it's from my maternal side. So she'll be able to visit my Lulu's grave. Because I felt the sadness of my mom when my grandfather died. So it's very personal.
Thank you. And
Nice,
now on to our third one. Since I have invited my good friend, okay, this is gonna be personal. Give it to me, okay? He came from the very far place of Central Africa.
Wow.
From He's a branch manager in California and he's just staying here in the Philippines, so I was able to, lure him to go to public speaking Toastmasters session for the first time. Right? And your name is Mr. William. Let's clap our hands for William.
Thank you very much. I don't know about microphone because I'm the voice that is very commanding.
More than 3 minutes.
So, there you go.
Yeah. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Okay.
Nice
Any
to meet
message
you
to
guys.
everyone?
No, it's a wonderful.
And how are you feeling right now?
Very okay.
Are you ready for your question?
Very good.
I see wonderful people in front of me, elegantly dressed. So I'm happy to meet you guys.
Alright, so since you're my friend, I'll be asking you the easiest question. I hope we will be
No favoritism.
and I hope we will be friends still after, okay? I hope we'll still be friends, okay?
Ready?
Okay. Ready for a question. Seriously,
Ready?
2 minutes. Do you think festivals are still relevant nowadays? Why or why not?
Festivals, as we can define them, are a moment where people, meet or come together. So nowadays, if you say festivals are not relevant, it means you'll be very wrong. Festivals are very important because it cuts across diverse societies and bring people together. And when it brings people together, we share our cultures. For example, coming from Cameroon, if we want to meet one-to-one, we experience a lot that I will tell you about Cameroon. So if you say festivals are not important nowadays, then we are wrong. So the take-home message about festivals is that when we meet as a people from different cultures, we come together, we share ideas in our communities, then we can exploit that this world is just a small place to be. No matter your color, no matter your tribe, no matter where you come from, but because of festivals, we can all share a common goal that God has made us to live. So I think that is okay by me.
That deserves a round of applause. But you did a good job answering the question.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Experience in the fifth charter meeting of TALA Toastmasters. We experience the sense of belongingness, regardless of our age, of our ethnicity, and our beliefs. To continue, in any feast, we are anticipating which is the main event. But for here, in TALA Toastmasters, we have the main dish.
Better Marian for tonight because Krisa is already overexposed. But basically, the grammarian's duty is to tell you a new word that hopefully you can use for the rest of the night. And to start off, I just have one word for the day. The word is savory. Savory. Did I pronounce it right? Because it's with feelings. Expression of the day. So, savory means, I have to get my cheat sheet. Okay, so on the dictionary, it means belonging to the category that is salty or spicy rather than sweet. So, example of that is fresh pineapple is useful in savory as well as in sweet dishes. Ayan. And there's another definition of that, morally, wholesome or acceptable. So there's another use for the word savory. And the next one is, well, usually it's used for food. So appetizing or refreshing. The taste is very flavorful, savory. And savory is also my favorite restaurant in Lightmore. Alright, and for our
It's a noun.
expression of the day,
It becomes a noun.
feast one's eye on. Feast one's eye on. So it's an expression that means you feast your eyes on something. Like you look at it for a long time with a great attention because you find it very attractive.
Or savory.
Yeah.
Or savory.
Wow. With the tantalizing eyes. Because you're already feasting. But my eyes is blurred, so I don't know who I'm looking at, but it's you're feasting already. My goodness, I'm hungry. So to look at or something or someone with great pleasure. We feasted our eyes on the colors of the autumn landscape. So, okay, so for tonight, let's try to use on the grammar for the day or expression of the night. Feast one's eye on. Alright, so let's move to the next part of the program. The icebreaker.
Hi guys, I hope you like my icebreaker speech for the night. And I kind of set this up as a telenovela, so I hope you like it.
With background music,
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So that's the setting for the night.
Dancer?
Kailangan na back up
Do I have a timer now?
Yes.
Is it starting? It's already starting! Oh my gosh. Okay, sige. I remember back in the day, I was called a crazy and lost girl, and I'm just living in a house, and I don't really go out of the house. I just study and watch TV when I was a kid. That's my go-to thing when I was around 3 to 7 years old. So I'm not the kind of person who's really into playing games outside. I didn't really have the kind of friends or childhood friends back in the day. So I'm really the kind of person who's a loner. I don't really have much friends. And during that time, I got a little bit lost. Because of that, it impacted me. It impacted me throughout my teenage years. I was lost. I was lost, and at the age of 5 years old, my grandfather died, and he was the one who pampered me, along with my grandmother and my aunt. So I was longing for the relationship that I had with my parents. I was longing for my mom's caress, or at least caring or nurture. I was longing for the piece of advice of my father, but then it wasn't there. So the piece of me was a bit more freeing on a positive note, but inside of me, I was really looking for some essential kind of love. I needed that nurture. And as human beings, I wanted to have that kind of feeling until now, actually. And fast forward to a few years later, I was looking for the kind of love that I didn't really have from my father and my mother. So I went from relationships to another. I had traumatic experiences with my exes.
Exes. It's a plural.
My exes. That kind of experience isn't traumatic because it included some kind of sexual harassment as well. But throughout that day and those years, I realized, again, I was looking for the wrong kind of love and to the wrong kind of people. And that really affected me until the age of 24, I guess. So that was a year ago. Until I'll play a song. Okay. The setting was, I saw someone. I freeze my eyes on.
Someone suffering.
In public Sean McCann. The setting was, it was my friend's birthday.
Someone suffering.
So, this guy.
Spicy or hot?
Do you guys ever had a feeling wherein there was something that's pushing from your belly and you had to meet that person? Have you ever had that feeling before?
Yeah. Lot of times.
So, that was a lot of time. I just had once. And it was with him. I can't see him actually. I can't see him that much because I'm nearsighted. So I think the distance from us is around 5 meters. But I can feel something that's pulling towards that person. You know that feeling? It's like a butterfly in the stomach and it's making me anxious. But I really wanted to get to know the person. And then I saw him. Oh my gosh, who are you? Who are you? I really want to get to know the person. So this is a guy. And during that time, I wanted to ask a lot of things about him. But then, there's this girl who sat beside him. And she talked. We had an exchange, a banter, you know. But then, I was a bit disappointed. I'm not the kind of person who's a bit dominant or assertive in terms of conversing with people, or especially conversing with men. I'm the shy type. And then during that time, I was sad because I think I didn't have the opportunity to talk to him anymore. But then there was this guy who introduced me to him and his cousin. So this was an opportunity for me. But then I was shaking. I was tremored with the presence of him. But actually,
Tremored. Tremored.
It was tremoring, honestly, because honestly, he's not the kind of guy I'm used to gopher, I'm usually the kind of guy who wants to feast my eyes on Enrique Iglesias.
Oh.
That's what he crashed for. He looks different. It's weird. But you get curious at times. And then, we got to talk, just some kind of typical questions. And then after a few minutes, he had to leave. He talked with the girl again. And then fast forward to the end of the evening, he wanted to get my IG account. Oh my god, this guy is cute. And then fast forward to a month after, I asked him, we were at a party again. He said, I asked, are you looking for someone or are you dating someone? He said, no, but I'm getting to know someone. I thought that was me because we're exchanging messages. Yeah. And then I asked him who. I said, was this a girl you met from the party before? And then he said, yes. How did I know? Yeah. After that, he said, I said, was it Manina? That's the name of the girl. And then he was surprised that I knew about it. But then, I'm the kind of the observant person in the crowd, so I figured it out. And I think he was surprised as well because I was not supposed to know that and we're conversing. I was the kind of person who doesn't really give the kind of feeling where I had to be mad, or I had to say something towards the guy. So I'm just the person who's like, I'm just gonna absorb all the energy and not talk to him right after. And then after the party, I'm not really talking anymore. I'm just standing and I just want to go home. So that was a disappointment to me. I really cried right after. It was an anxious feeling and a disappointment. Not really depressing, but throughout that 1 month experience, it was highly anxious. I really can't handle it yet. Because I don't know, I think it's because of the butterflies in the stomach I had with him. Even when I had the 3.5-year relationship with my exes, and then 2.5 years with another one, I didn't have that kind of thing. So it was hard to handle. But fast forward to another 6 months. That was on February, just this year. They broke up. They dated. Manina and him broke up. Yes. And then,
Blind item.
8
Hindi na blind.
Oh my gosh, it's 9 minutes. They dated, and then I told him that I still like him. But I got turned down. What was the feeling right after? I don't know. I'm the kind of person who really doesn't talk a lot. But I had to let it out, my feelings, because I don't want to mess myself again. And I don't want that to contain and go through my life. And I don't want to be anxious. So I think in terms of growth, that's what made me who I am right now. I'm the kind of person who's a bit more expressive now. I think that's all for my short story.
We have to realize, we have to reflect. For each speech served, what are the areas of improvement?
Yeah.
And for that, I want to introduce a distinguished PM, a member of Makati Toastmasters Club,
Wow.
and Cebu Toastmasters Club, currently serving as Division Director of Division M. None other than Ian Cortez.
Hey! Amazing.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So good evening to everyone in person and joining us online.
Wow.
My role as the general evaluator is to facilitate the evaluation session. Now, who can tell me what the most important is the root word in the word evaluation. What's the root word in the word evaluation?
Evaluate.
Evaluate. What else?
Value. Ah, yeah.
Yes, correct. So in Toastmasters International, we take primacy. We have utmost importance in evaluations because that is how we add value to one another. And here, nobody's perfect. Because for example, Toastmaster Krista has spoken. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster Alvin, and I will be evaluating Toastmaster Alvin. So there is a 360 feedback loop.
Nice.
So, who's excited to learn and grow from evaluations tonight? Give me a thumbs up. Yes! So without further delay, as I said, my role is to facilitate the evaluation session. May I now call upon the first evaluator to share his feedback on the table topics. Please welcome immediate past area director Derek Yan.
Okay, thank you so much, General Evaluator DTM Ian Cortez. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, friends, and guests. And as you have heard earlier, we have gone through a festival, a fiesta of savory speeches this evening, headed of course by our table topics master, Toastmaster Mark. So congratulations, and I will get back to you in a bit. I will start off with our three table topic speakers because what I found interesting, everyone, is with our three speakers today, I'm sure you have felt the appeal from their speeches, right? Because our three speakers actually made use of. The three speakers made use of three very interesting tools: ethos, pathos, and logos. So let me explain. First, we have Toastmaster Julian, who talked about her experience of sacrificing, being that middle child. And of course, here we see ethos in the sense when Toastmaster Julian said, "I am the middle child." And to everyone here, like myself, who isn't a middle child, I would say, okay, I will have to listen to her because she knows how a middle child feels. She's the authority for this emotion, and I feel that that is a very strong way of appealing to an audience when you're delivering your speech. And also, an interesting thing is that she used prep, so you'll hear more about it as you continue in table topics. Prep, P-R-E-P, is point, reason, example, point. And Toastmaster Julian said that she already has a costume in mind that she would go for because it's all about sacrifice. It represents sacrifice. And as an example, she was able to share that she was a middle child. She had to go through these sacrifices and then she repeated the point in the end. So that's P-R-E. Okay. So with that, I believe that Toastmaster Julian's speech was amazing. Let's give her a hand. Next, we have Toastmaster Ray. So again, we were talking about ethos, pathos, and logos. With Toastmaster Ray, it was all about pathos. It was all about emotion. We heard from him the experience of wanting to go to the Super Bowl because it has the connection with his grandfather and it is very deeply rooted in his family. And I feel that that is a very great way to take on this particular table topic. And I really appreciate it. He was able to get everyone's attention through emotion. And that of course is a very powerful tool that we can continue using here in Toastmasters. So congratulations to Ray.
Thank you.
And same case, prep. So he said that he wanted to go to the Super Bowl because it was connected with his grandfather, and then an example of how much he is connected with his family, and then repeating that point. Lastly, we have our guest and William as well. With William, it was all about logos. everyone can hear it with the way that he has spoken. It was all about appealing to reason. It was all about saying his claim that fiestas or festivals should still be relevant today. Because if you don't go to these festivals, then it's not a joyful experience. And he was also able to give his example and go back to that point. So again, with prep and also using logos. So in terms of, oh sorry, before that, a round of applause as well. Now for our three speakers, I would just like to emphasize, as a reminder to everyone and a collective recommendation, there are so many ways that we can maximize the example when we are using the prep pattern. So as you have heard earlier, the three speakers have used prep, and the example is a very pivotal point in your speech because this is where you are able to, first off, strengthen your claim. I am a middle child because this is what I had to go through as a kid. This is what I had to experience. Like for example, I had to skip on something because it had to go to my younger sibling, for example. So for Toastmaster Juliet, if you are able to strengthen that claim and better visualize or explain to everyone how bad or how much of a challenge it is to be a middle child, it would strengthen your speech. Next is the example can also make your speech more relatable and also more understandable. So with the case of soon to be Toastmaster William, so for example, when you said that festivals are still relevant because I wanted to hear, and then I wanted to hear more of what was your personal experience with the festival. Have you met someone from a different culture because of a festival? So once you add that, you'll be able to better show us that, oh yeah, it is definitely still relevant because here I am, this is my experience with it. Right? And lastly, to make it more personal. So with Ray, I noticed that you kind of struggled to better explain your point. But rest assured, Toastmasters is a safe space. It is a way for you to just express yourself. You do not get judged, you do not get criticized, you just get evaluated. So I hope you continue to deliver speeches here in Toastmasters. And lastly, our Table Topics Master. Toastmaster Mark, is this your first time as the Table Topics Master?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Congratulations. First off, I love your energy throughout. It felt like I was watching
Game
the
show.
finale, the Miss U, the annual Miss Universe competition. But aside from that, or more than that, I feel that with the energy, you were able to establish rapport with everyone easily. Everyone was very comfortable stepping here in front because they know that, or we all know that we would be in good hands with your care as the Table Topics Master. So that one I really appreciate, and I hope you continue on doing in your future stints. Now, how can I help you improve as you continue here in Toastmasters and in your future opportunities to also become a Table Topics Master again? Two things. First is you will learn to simplify your topic. So I noticed in particular there was one topic that you mentioned. Which festival, in which country, and then with whom. So that was one topic that branched out to 3 questions. You can simplify to one, and it can make it easier for the participants as well. And the second thing for Toastmaster Mark, in the future, repeat your topic. So think of it again as Miss Universe, like Distinguished Toastmaster Ian Cortez. Please stand up. Demo, yeah, sure. So, DTF Ian Cortez, your topic is, what is your favorite color? Again, what is your favorite color? Distinguished Toastmaster Ian Cortez.
Wow.
Thank you so much. But yeah, that is a recommendation on how you can do it. That way you see the topic twice, the speaker remembers it, and then the moment that you see the name again, that's their cue. Okay, it's my time. Overall, great job everyone. I hope that next time I can come back as a participant. in Table Topics. Congratulations. Back to our General Evaluator, DTM Ian Cortez.
Thank you very much to Toastmaster Derek Yap. So as I've said, my role tonight is to give feedback to our evaluators. Did you learn a lot from that feedback from Toastmaster Derek?
Yes.
Yes. So my job is done. More. No, kidding aside, let me start by congratulating our table topic speakers. So Toastmasters, soon to be Toastmasters, Julian, Ray, and William. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, Derek already gave you a lot of your strong points. May I give additional points for improvement? Is that okay?
Yes, very much.
Okay, number one, I'd like to suggest that in future speeches, we can consider stage movement. What do I mean by this? In 1 to 2 minutes, you can talk about a personal story. For example, my favorite, or maybe let's use Super Bowl. I would love to be part of the Super Bowl. My grandfather became a US citizen. That's one part of your story. After time went by, he grew old and died in the US. My family wasn't able to visit him. In the future, I want to go to the United States, be part of the Super Bowl, because I would be very much privileged to do this. So see what I did there? I moved through the stage to also signal important parts of your storytelling. For example, for Toastmaster Krista, when she was talking about the speech, right? One part of the story, in the past, or my first boyfriend, if I were Toastmaster Krista, my second boyfriend, and now my third boyfriend. So, see, it helps you kind of structure, right? When you meet your sixth. Okay, the second tip is, let me tell you a secret for beginner public speakers. It's where to look. If you're a speaker, where do you look? You look up, down.
It depends. If you're confident, look at the
Find the person.
Yes, that's good. It also depends on the size of the audience. And I'm not talking about the audience being big or thin. I'm talking about, so if this, just like this group, this is a small group, you look for that person that is the most engaged with you. This is the person that's looking at you, very interested with your speech. We do this because you want to feel motivated as a speaker. You don't look at the person that's distracted, that's looking at the phone, because you will lose interest. You will lose focus, you will be distracted. Now, if it's a very big group, for example, the biggest group I've spoken to was about maybe 5,000 in Cebu. I do not have time to look at, every person, right? So I would look only eye level of the general crowd. That would make people think, oh wow, he's looking at the crowd. But actually, I'm just looking at the top of the head of everybody else. So that's a technique. That's the second one. The third tip really is around pacing. Pacing. Let me tell you a story about how I met my first love. So that's pacing. Let me tell you a story about how I met my first love. It was really fun. It was really exciting. That's not good pacing. So you adjust the way you speak based on your momentum building up. Okay? Don't worry. These are things that you will master in your Toastmasters journey. Because let me tell you, some Toastmasters are still mastering this. So don't feel bad. Let me tell you what I saw today. I'm just so happy I'm the evaluator. Because I think I'd struggle with the Miss Universe portion by Toastmaster Mark. So let's give Toastmaster, soon to be Toastmaster Mark, and all our table topic speakers a round of applause. Excellent, excellent. Now, before I call the next evaluator, Toastmaster Alvin, let me give a quick preview of what will happen. So in the next segment, we hear the evaluator of the speaker. In this case, we have Toastmaster Krista, so The evaluator will give his opinion on her speech. What word did I use? Opinion. Are opinions right or wrong? Neither, because opinions are based on the person's views, beliefs, biases, maybe. So what we will listen to now would be Toastmaster Alvin's opinion or feedback. I'm going to explain that later about how well Toastmaster Chris went or performed tonight. Now, Toastmaster Chris, do you want to hear only the good things?
I ferment things, so I prefer both.
Prefer both. Thank you. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Chris for that growth mindset. Now, let's
Right.
call upon Toastmaster Alvin. Are you ready to share your feedback on our lone speaker?
It's online.
Yes, mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Wonderful. Okay, so good evening, Toastmaster Pizza. Indeed, it is one of the